Okay, so now we're gonna do the second step, which is to do this Tunisian crochet zigzag thing um, from the front of the work, but pulling the loops from the back. So I already did the first row, and the first row I put the crochet hook in this way and pulled it through this way. And so we can see that the loop ends here. But now I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to put the crochet hook through this way and pull and do the stitches along this way. So that way we get this continuous loop. And I swear, to me, this looks like caterpillars. Also, I'm using the same colors that they said to use in the pattern where the background is white and um, the crochet part as blue, but I'm pretty sure they didn't use this particular shade of blue. But anyway, whatever. So what we need to do first is prepare. Oh, by the way, I haven't bound off yet because I want to keep going. I want to make this be enough to do something with, but I wanted to show you what the next step looks like. So that's why this knitting needle might be in the way. So okay, so we've got on the back 7 loops in the next row. So it's a little bit hard to see, but you can see it if you look. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these 7 loops are the ones we're going to be pulling through to the other side, but we're not pulling them through completely. We're doubling them around the the stem of the stitch. So you'll see what I mean. So this, yeah, where's the first one that we want to do? The first one is this one. So what we're gonna do is move everything else out of the way, and I'm gonna stick my crochet hook in the loop, and I'm gonna go down and around, and it's actually kind of easier if I flip the work. So I want to grab the other side and then pull the other side through. So basically you can see that the loop, it was a long loop, but it's a much shorter loop now, but it's one single loop, but it's going around that stem. And yeah, so let's go to do the next one. So the next one would be this loop right here. So, gosh, it's hard to do it with this knitting needle in the way, but whatever, that's fine. Yeah, there it is. There's the loop. So I stick it in between the stitches, pull up the one, stick my crochet hook down between the stitches, and pull up the next one. So, oh, probably couldn't see that because I didn't do a good job of keeping it in the frame. Whatever. Okay, so let's try again. It's going to be this one next. So I stick my uh, crochet hook through, and then I pull it out here. Then I stick it in again. I could see the loop that time, so I just pulled it up there. So then I'll do the next one. So I pull it through here. Then I pull it through here. Is that right? I don't know if that's right, so let me double check. Oh, it was wrong. Okay. Actually, I think it was right. That's just that that loop is like extra long for some reason. So we pull it up through, and then we pull it up through. There we go. Okay, so the loop's creeping up around out the front, and we don't want that. Okay, so stick it in. We find the loop, the one side of the loop, and pull it through. Then we stick this in, find the other side of the loop, and we pull it through. Very good. Okay, so now we've got just 2 more left. So where are those loops? Let's find those loops. Oh dear, I think I pulled the wrong thing. That is, that was the end of the yarn. Okay, so that was wrong. So we got the one side. Now we got to stick this in and get the other side. It's probably hard to tell what I'm doing, but that's okay. This is a tricky thing to do. There we go. Okay, now we stick it in. There's the loop. We pull it through. There we go. Now we stick this in. We pull the other end of the loop through like so. Okay, now we're on the end. Really don't want to mess this up and I just pulled that by accident, so we'll pull it through a little bit more. And I accidentally messed that up completely, so I'll just do it again like that. Here we go. There we go. Now that's fine. I'll make a very long loop. There we go. Okay, so now this is the last one on the end, and this loop is kind of weird. I think it accidentally came to the front, so I'm going to push it back to the back because it's supposed to be on the back. So I stick my crochet hook down, I grab one end of the loop, and I pull it up. Then I have the last one. Okay, so if this were a Tunisian crochet hook, it would be better because it would have a much longer neck. I don't have a Tunisian crochet hook, and that's okay. I will just make do with what I have, and this is just a very, very short length, so it's not going to be a big deal. I can still just do it. So what I do is I take the loop. I made it really extra big so that I wouldn't do what I did before and lose it. So I'm going to pull it all the way around. I don't want it to be twisted, so there we go. Pull it around. I'm going to get some tension on there. Now I'm going to pull it under and chain through. On, chain through, chain, chain. Very good. Pull it under, chain. This part is actually super satisfying, and it makes everything else worth it. Because this is just like really easy, and you can see the progress, and it makes a cool texture, and it's kind of the raison d'etre for this particular pattern anyway, is this weird like binding that's going on. I'm trying to keep the tension pretty even and taut, actually. Like I want my crochet stitches to be really taut. So I noticed here that my loop was really twisted, and I don't want it twisted, so I'm gonna make it not twisted. There we go. So I'm gonna go under and up, under, up, under, up, under, and up, under, up, and I'm gonna pull a nice long one at the end. So now you can see what it looks like. It looks pretty cool. See, it's going around like this. And making this cool zigzag, and then we'll just continue that way and do it again, and it'll, I mean right now it's pulling the other way because I'm holding it, but there you go. Now you can see how it is, and you can see that it just makes this continual weird line, and it's this cool texture, but it's really not very stretchy at all, like no stretch. So it looks like in the pattern this was used as fringe on a little woman's hood, but it was also used as just this all the way around as a little, what they called a cravat. Actually, it's like a, what was the word in Czech? It was um, nakrchnik. Yeah, it was like a nakrchnik. So, and Google Translate has that as a cravat, but it's not really a cravat. It's more like a weird cuff thing, and it's kind of cool. I don't know how warm it would be, but maybe for a child, if they have a very small neck, it would be warm. Um, anyway, I'm really happy that I figured this out because my first attempt looks like this, which is a terrible, awful mess. And I was using way too big of uh, hooks, and then there's like all these, it's just not very good looking. But at least I started to get the gist of it. And this one is looking much, much, much more even, and I'm really pleased with it. It's just going to take forever because I don't have the rhythm down yet and the tension. So happy knitting / crocheting, and who knew you could do them both together.